Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Theo and today we are back with The Kid at the Back, episode 2. I just want to start off by apologizing. I got a comment which is I'm actually very appreciative of because, as a beginner YouTuber, you're kind of left in the dark about a lot of things and you kind of have to figure them out, just with time and you just learn. And I usually do keep my recordings very quiet because my ears are sensitive, so I really don't like loud sounds. Um, but that doesn't matter for me because I can always adjust it for OBS and my own headphones. So I was like putting my sound on OBS way too low, and apparently the game volume, like, you couldn't hear it, and I just wanted to be like at a level where it's not too loud to where you can kind of fall asleep, because not all of my videos are horror. Some are kind of relaxing and some are just like chill. So that's why I always liked watching visual novels, to just fall asleep to, just listen to someone speak. But I'm kind of rambling off. I just wanted to apologize for that, and please let me know if there's anything you don't like at all, anything you can suggest, anything at all. um I very much do need tips, because I'm new. I'm a noob. I'm not good at YouTube. So, but yeah, we're back. It's been about a day or two, I think a day. But yeah, we didn't get anywhere in particular uh to say. If I can say that, we didn't get anywhere in particular. It just left off. I think we're even right now. 3-3. Yeah. Okay. There's my baby boy. But I hope you guys are all doing amazing as always. Hope you had a good day or night, whatever. Hope you're doing well. Just then, the door to your classroom opened, and there you met eyes with Crowe. Crowe's eyes lit up once he saw you. Oh, we're both here. Yes, there you are, Theo. Just in time for the next class. Oh. He was about to greet you, but felt Soul's presence beside him. It's always tough doing this when you come back for a second episode, because you kind of gotta tune back into all the voices. You get into a flow, and then you just gotta remember and kind of like get back into it. So I'm sorry if I'm a little off. It's different too, because the last time I recorded, it was in the morning. So who might this fellow be? A classmate of yours? You can say that. Crowe, this is Soul. He's from my art class. Oh, this is Crowe. A pleasure to meet you, Soul. Crowe extends out his hand for Soul to shake. Soul just stared at him. A few awkward seconds passed by before he eventually took Crowe's hand. Soul, however, wasn't regulating his strength, and he gripped Crowe's hand with much force. Crowe winced from the pressure, but didn't say anything before Soul eventually let go of his hand. Soul then turned to you. I should be going now, Theo. I'll see you soon. Kind of wish you could have come with. He sighed, reaching out to tuck a loose strand of hair away from your face, earning him a small blush from you. Soul turned on his heel and walked off. Can we have some sensibility? Like, why are we just letting him do that? In front of our man, our future man. Like, we literally tried to kiss, and it got interrupted. So the feelings are bridged between us, and you're just letting another man do that to you. Like, come on, bro, in front of his face. Like, walk in. He looked at his retreating figure before Crowe eventually tapped your shoulder. We should get going. With one last glance at Soul's retreating figure, he turned around and got inside your classroom. Now it's just scary. It's scary because I really hope this isn't like too loud. Like, I know you guys can always adjust your volume, but you know, and one of my biggest pet peeves is when I'm like going to sleep, like listening to ASMR, and I can put my volume as low as possible, and the video is still just too loud. Like, I never want it to be like that for you guys. So I need you guys to tell me, like, please give me your opinions on how you feel about this volume level, because I'm like 18, mine is 18 to 12 decibels. So I I don't know. I don't know. In the dark. It's scary because I could record this whole thing and it can be way too much, and it'll just be a waste. Like, I'll have to edit it all, and then it's just whatever. It's just left. Joe takes his usual seat by the window in front of your own seat, waiting for the classroom to settle down as your professor comes in. Alright, class, settle down. You all better turn this upcoming paper if you don't want to end up having no grades in your card. And that means... The professor slams down his thin notebook, a loud slap echoing through the room. You won't be able to graduate. Don't even think about making it up to a higher class with a weak mindset. Now for today's task, I'd like you all to think of a short story based on any type of literature. Sorry guys, I just came back from the gym. I'm still a little hyped up. Bonus points if you can source out where you got your inspiration along with references. I'll be checking those the most. You hear a few whispers from a few of your classmates as they talk with each other. Unfortunately for them, your professor notices them as he slams his thin notebook again on his desk, making some of you jolt from your seats. Now, I can allow you all to head to the library to do your research, or stay here and brainstorm. You may begin. Crowe stands up from his seat, gathering his things and turning towards you. I'm going to the library. Would you like to join me? You give him a nod, hearing a smile from him as he makes his way towards the exit. Crowe waits for you as you gather your things before leaving the classroom into the library. Unlike lunchtime, where everyone is free, the library contains only a few students, some either doing their student duties while some doing their own research. Same spot then. You read my mind. Of course, it's one of our favorite spots. With a smile on his face, he makes his way towards your favorite table near the windows and settles down. Meanwhile, you make your way towards the tall bookshelves, scanning through each spine of each book. You try to look for something that might catch your interest. Minutes pass and nothing seemed to catch your fancy. You sighed upon realizing this predicament. Giving up, you decide to just pick up the closest book and hope for the best, that it's decent enough for your paper. Feeling the thick book, you pull it out, and nearly dropping it. It's heavy? Regaining your balance, you held onto the thick book properly and finally check the title of the massive tome. The biography of Marie Antoinette. I think that's how you say that. Let me fix my chair. Okay. Your eyebrows raised a mild curiosity. This might actually work. You flip it open and were met with a very well-drawn portrait of a very prestigious-looking woman. Flipping through more pages, your eyes land on the drawn figure of the same woman, but her kneels before guillotine. Okay, that took a quite turn. My cord again. I really gotta get a new cord, because I know you guys can hear that little glitch when I do that. Quite a spoiler, but you read through the text below the illustration. The execution. Such a gruesome end, you thought. Sighing with this book, you tucked it under your arm for safekeeping. And take a look one last time around the bookshelves, maybe finding something of the same genre. You notice a peculiar book sticking out at the very edge of the bookshelf. It was a bit worn out and dirty. You're kind of wondering how it ended up there. You inched a bit closer to it, and the spine didn't have anything on it besides a few worn edges, bent and littered with dust. You got on your tiptoes as you reach out to grab the book. See, I think the music is cool right now. It's about like 42-36. Because I know the title music is much louder than the rest of the songs. So it's like, I don't want to adjust it every time. So, but I got my OBS literally on full volume. So it's all up to the game. However, the moment you grab it and pull it out, the bookshelf started wobbling. You immediately stopped. I'm gonna keep pulling it and let this bookshelf fall on me. Because I know it's exactly what's gonna happen. With determination, you head on the shelf, making sure not to make it wobble any further as you take a firm grip on the worn book. Here, I got it. Whoa. The bookshelf wobbles from the force of you pulling the lone book, starting to push you down, making your heartbeat quicken from the sheer thought of getting crushed under the tall shelves. You quickly held out your arms wide as you tried to rebalance the shelf, hoping it was enough to stop it from shaking. A few books fell then and there, making you wince, but you successfully stabilized the shelf. But out of breath, you didn't realize you were holding. Hope no one heard that. Anyway, what is this that's so stuck to the damn thing? You flip open the cover only to see a blank page. No author whatsoever, save for the paper, the edges of it a bit yellow from age. The dust isn't helping either. You went through few more pages, and there you finally get to see some printed words on it. The various torture devices and the executions of the medieval times? How the fuck did this end here in a school library? But then again, I might be able to get some material out of this. Yeah, because it's literally what it's about. You shrug, closing the book. You tucked it under your arm with a large biography book and left the area, returning to where Crowe is settled. I wonder what... That's such a weird option. Like, that probably plays no role, right? That's such a weird option. Welcome back, Theo. Have you found anything useful for your paper? It took a while. Nothing caught my eye from the books but this one. He raised a large book and showed it to Crowe. The Queen herself? That's pretty interesting. What kind of paper are you going to make out of it? I'm sleepy. I was thinking maybe about a tyrant royal turned good, but was punished regardless for her actions. How's that sound? Whoa, okay. Guess he doesn't like that. Crowe was silent for a few seconds, making you tilt your head. Maybe he didn't hear you correctly? You okay there, Crowe? That actually sounds nice to you. Can I ask what's the inspiration? Do you see somebody? Is there someone behind me? Is there someone behind me, Crowe, that you're not telling me about? Oh, well, I couldn't stop thinking about our conversation back in the greenhouse, so maybe I could base off some things here. That's so. It's very smart of you, Theo. Why, thank you. You did a little bow, tipping your imaginary hat as he did. Crowe chuckles at your silly gesture before you two settle down in your seats. You skimmed through the book, making a few notes here and there for important bits you could use. Feeling your wrists aching a bit, you stopped scribbling and stretched out your arms, a few squeaks of satisfaction escaping your lips as you can feel the effects of your stretch. He's hard at work. I think we gotta collect like everyone. And then we can always go back because there's a gallery, but you know, it's not the same. I might as well get the screenshot now. With the hearts in the way too. But I'll probably crop it out. Who knows? At the corner of your eye, you notice how Crowe's eyebrows tend to furrow as he goes through his books. You can feel his legs shaking from beneath the table. The occasional tapping of his pen fills the quiet library. You take a peek at his supposedly report paper, expecting some few words written on it, but instead, you're met with a blank sheet, void of words or even a droplet of ink. You're starting to worry. He seems restless about something. Was he spacing out? Was that he's spacing out earlier? What's wrong, huh? Crowe, talk to us. Tap his shoulder. Yeah, let me catch you by surprise. Yes, see, look out, so smart. Crowe jolts in surprise, his eyes wide open upon the sun contact. His legs stop shaking as he turns his full attention to you. Yes? Is something the matter with you? Are you alright, Crowe? Yes, I'm alright. What makes you say that? You seem stressed. Let me guess, writer's block? You can say that. Crowe lets out a nervous laugh. I don't believe that. That's too. Nah, I don't think it's that. Then he went silent, his eyes returning to staring down on his blank sheet of paper. Silence is quite suffocating. They are now a bit awkward. Your will to write dissipates and was replaced by a concern over the mail beside you. Say, I've got a bit of scenario for you to play along with, you. Huh? Crowe's previous gloomy attitude was replaced by a playful tone, facing his eye towards you with his pen set down, discarding his thoughts from the paper. The sudden change of demeanor caught you by surprise, but he did not spare you a moment to question him as he raised a finger. Imagine yourself living in the same time as the Queen, and that you were given the chance to actually befriend her, even though you came from nothing. You often question how you managed to befriend the Queen herself. She's been nothing but kind to you, often inviting you to her parties and giving you the fanciest gifts ranging from dresses to jewelries. Now here comes my first question. What do you think of the Queen? Is this a metaphor for us? Or somebody else? Huh. What do you guys think? Because if I say I see her as a friend, because this Crowe gives us gifts, I guess he is the gift. I think nothing of her. She's highly suspicious. I guess that is suspicious. A little suspicious. I think nothing of her. I think I feel like if I said that, that's incredibly cooked. Like, because if this is a metaphor for me and him, I say either of these, it might be good. But I don't know. I think Crowe might not take it that way because we obviously tried to kiss him. So let's just say she's suspicious because she is. Bro, my lisp is just like rapid firing. Just my that was, I hate that. Hey, when what is it called? It's not is it alliteration? It's been a while. That's not what it is. Oh no, it is. Okay, it's called. All right. Your brow arched in your confusion and mild irritation from the thought of the what if scenario given to you. Isn't it a bit suspicious that the queen, literally the queen herself, started being all nice to me? Maybe she has something to ask from me, a mere commoner. You look up to observe Crowe's facial expression, his gaze averted with his breath held. The smile he had on him before is now completely wiped off his face as he sinks in the words that came from your mouth. Maybe it is because he is, we're all in a lower class, but he does have an expensive, his family is like a really rich business family or businesswoman or his father. Excuse me, I don't remember, but that could be him being like the queen and being nice to us, the mere commoner. But why would he be bringing this up? That would make total sense. I'd have my guard up too. Which brings me to the follow-up scenario. Crowe takes a breath, almost contemplating on his next words before speaking. What if one day you decide to go out of her palace, wanting to either do groceries or even visit your family? And there's where you see a group of people. They're all mad, each throwing one profanity to another. Upon coming closer, it was about the queen. You decide to come closer. We haven't been getting these weird stories, haven't we? About like these weird medieval stories at the start of each day. Then a heated debate. The loudest one, the farmer, loudly proclaims how the queen betrayed him. How the queen is nothing but a greedy higher up, using the commoners' hard-working labor for their third parties, leaving them starving. Or, it could be a metaphor. This is about his. Okay, I know. I'm trying to figure it out because it's just I'm yapping. I'm sorry. Let me yap. It could be about his family because I know his relationship with his family isn't that good. And he does also not like the hierarchy at all. We learned that in the last episode, and he's actively working, I think, to disassemble it. So this could be about our hierarchy or his parents. Then the other side speaks up. A woman, saying that the farmer is wrong, that the queen has been nothing but good to them, providing enough golden food to keep them afloat. A child came and held onto the woman's leg, confirming her words. If it weren't for the queen, the children wouldn't have homes. There you soon realize that they're a group of nuns, and behind them is an orphanage. A few children peeking out through the windows so they try to comprehend what's going on and why they are screaming. Having had enough of the fight, you return to the queen's castle, but just when you thought you escaped the circulating argument about the queen, you hear a few whispers from nobles along the hallway. The queen is nothing but a fraud. She's nothing but a selfish bitch. She's doing nothing but bringing misery to the people around her. She isn't fit to be a noble. That's pretty odd, isn't it? The same group of nobles who the queen helped and tried to stop war from raging. Why are they talking about her? Is there something you're unaware of the queen? Or are they doing it out of pure hatred? He opened his eyes, light still absent within his blue orbs as he focuses his gaze on your own. He leans back a bit, his form straining and firm. Now, here's where you come in, Theo. Which side do you believe in? A queen who has been nothing but kind to you, but the rumors circulating around her of being a neglectful noble, a selfish woman, a tyrant. He says the word tyrant with so much venom he spat it out like poison in his teeth. He thought loud, long, and hard on his little scenario, multiple thoughts swirling in your head. This all seems so complicated. Take your time. It's fine for you not to respond, just tell me. But I would love to hear your answer, Theo. I... Hmm. Me personally, um, in my place as a commoner who's been treated nice by the queen, you know, I would be suspicious, but I have no reason to believe the rumors unless presented a reason to, unless something surfaces up. So I would still believe in the queen as long as she is nice towards me. Ignorance is bliss. Unless I don't know, because in that position you can't really do much. If she's your lifeline, and she's keeping you up, then what can you do, bruh? Except wait and hope that something surfaces. Who knows? But I'll still believe in the queen. You do. I do. Even if rumors say that she's a bad person, even if she's the cause of so many people suffering under her reign, that's the loophole. It's just baseless rumors. If I want the truth, isn't it better to ask straight from the queen? Or that works, it really just depends on how close-knit we are. If she is aware that she's causing people much suffering, then I'd rather take it, knowing that she was aware and proceed to be honest with me rather than lie to me. Oh. For a moment, Crowe was silent, his hands nestled on his lap. So I think it is a metaphor between us. Maybe I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw as many rumors out there that I think, because this is still a demo, so why not just put them out there? I know he has a bad relationship with his family. Maybe it's like one of those cases where they see like their son or their daughter or their child. I can say that. I was trying to find the word, this child, or say a child or a kid, as like a failure, or a failure to their upcoming, or someone who cannot, adopt their empire, and be their next successor. So maybe they're spreading rumors about him. Maybe they're trying to get him kicked out, and maybe they don't agree with what he's trying to do, his ethics. Maybe they don't agree about his moral standing. So maybe they're trying to, take him down, like force him to, like, this is your only way, So maybe there's family spreading rumors. Maybe higher ups are spreading rumors. We don't know. And I'm the commoner. He's a queen. And basically me saying that is kind of giving him hope that I'd still trust him, no matter what. So I think that's what I'll throw out there for now. Crowe was silent, his hands nestled on his lap. You couldn't see them, but you took notice of the way his shoulders trembled, his eyes gleaming. Is he about to cry? Oh God, I didn't mean to. Crowe, you're too trusting. You know that, Theo. Oh, look at that pout. Oh, goodness God. That could attract potential danger. What? I just did what you told me to do, and that's answering your scenario. His playful demeanor came back as quick as if he did not just make up the most gut-wrenching scenario known to man. He laughs, holding his chest as he wipes a stray tear from the corner of his eye. What was that sudden scenario question for anyway? I just thought it would be good idea for my paper. Am I right? You have to admit, it was a good idea and can probably entertain your teacher for quite a bit. I can't believe you let me go through that brain exercise just for this silly paper of ours. Well, better get to writing, Theo. We're almost running out of time. What? But how about you? Your paper's still blank. If I could make up that silly scenario, then I can absolutely make up another one on a whim. Plus, your response is enough to fill my little writer's block. So I'd like to thank you for helping me. You're so good when it comes to writing stories, Crowe. You should be a writer. I'll think about your suggestion. Stretching out your arms, laying out a sigh of relief, looking at your paper that you've made as you skim through it one last time. You're too caught up in the conversation with Crowe, and you only forgot about the worn book you brought along. You pick it up and start flipping through the first pages. Torture devices. Execution devices. Why the fuck are you reading this again? Oh, that's totally not soul, bro. That's definitely not soul. He turned to another page, and on it is a well sketch of a tall and bulk man, half of his face covered by his hood, with a large axe. While a large axe is held behind him, his arms are filled with scars, while around his neck is a chain collar. It looks like those killers you often see in slasher films. Underneath the illustration, it reads, Executioner. Some executioners were feared by the public, while the rest respected them, but mostly people shunned them for their field of work. Does it look like he has a choice? Like, bro, he's collared. The old times sure were brutal, you mutter under your breath. Closing the book, he then stacked it on top of the other books you and Crowe borrowed. Handing out your paper to Crowe, he gladly accepts it and stacks it on top of his own paper. See, I really wonder. Oh, we got two. Okay, he's got a little scowl on his face. But let me see. That two is probably from trusting trusting him, right? Yeah, probably. Now we head back. Oh, I love this game. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. I really hope like everything's fixed up now so you guys can enjoy this properly. I hope it's not too loud, my voice isn't too overbearing. If it is in the recording, then I'll probably just, because I record on separate audio tracks, so I'll probably just go back and I'll separate them and make the music a little louder. So we head back. Not long after you finish stacking the books you borrowed for the librarian or assistants to get. I can't wait for the day to end. Same here. Crowe chuckles as you and him leave the library. The day eventually comes to an end. The rays of the sunset light shine through the hallways as you and Crowe walk through the hallway. Do you have anything else to do today, Theo? Well, I have to do some quick grocery shopping before I go home. Ah. Well, in that case, would you mind me accompanying you? Really? It's fine if you don't. If you have other things to do. Like look for Brittany and the others. Not really. Besides, Joe has after-class practice, same with you. As for Brittany and Jess, they're catching up on their business proposal. But don't you also need to catch up? I can do them tomorrow. I'd like to spend the rest of the day with you, Theo. Your voice got caught up in your throat. You can feel your face heating up. Stupid Crowe. Stupid feelings. Alright then. Well, let's have a small cheer. Kind of like a mini jump from the game with an Italian plumber. Made you giggle a bit. Without wasting much time, you and Crowe head out of the school campus. I like this soundtrack. The sun slowly sets in the horizon after you and Crowe finished up buying some groceries. Crowe offered to carry your bags and walk you home all the way back to your apartment just like the day before. We should do this every day. But don't you live on the other side of the city? Nothing wrong with that. Plus my place isn't that far from the school anyway. And, you know, we can always crash at my place. Just saying. We're best friends. Is that kind of, isn't that kind of convenient, bro? Wait, we live in an apartment? Yeah, bro, why don't you just move in with me, bro? But walking to your apartment and back is nothing to me. Maybe so is his family. His terrible, mean family. Don't tell me you're the kind of person who would travel from one city to another while saying it's walkable. Exactly. Crowe laughs, shrugging his shoulders as if saying maybe. I love walking, especially during the night, most especially when the stars are out. I kind of agree with that. You stare at him up and down. Sorry. Your eyes often lingering on his hand. The temptation of holding it was gnawing at you, making you fidgety. This doesn't come unnoticed by Crowe as he gradually slowed down until he came to a stop, setting down the groceries. You stopped as well, raising a brow in concern as he looked at you with keen eyes. You feel cold, Theo? No? What makes you think that? Without much of a warning, he takes both of your cold hands, cupping them in between his large ones as he begins to blow on them. His warm breath easing your cold fingertips. Your hands are now warm, but they cannot compare to the heat of your face reaching to the tips of your ears. You keep shivering, so I thought I could warm you up a bit. I'm sorry I don't have a jacket. Doubt my vest could do much to help. It's alright, Crow. You don't need to. Your face is all red. You cold? Wanna hold my hand while we walk? Ah. Yes, sir. Gladly. You hang your head down, too flustered to utter a single word. The request got caught in your throat as your shyness overwhelmed you. Rather, you stared at Crow's large hands wrapped around yours, not pulling away nor protesting against it. Crow noticed your averted gaze, your shy demeanor causing his lips to quirk up in a gentle smile. He almost chuckled when he realized how your eyes fixated on your joined hands. Bringing his right hand, Crow picks the groceries back up, his left hand closed around yours, holding it firmly but gently. You swear he gave you a little squeeze as he tugged you along, continuing on with your walk. Drip. Drop. What? Is your nose bleeding? Is my nose bleeding? That's odd. Is something the matter? I kind of feel something dripping on me. Are you serious? Oh fuck. Oh. Oh no. What's going to be a soft drizzle suddenly turned into a wild downpour. You and Crow made a run for it, trying your best to keep yourselves dry as Crow shielded your groceries from getting wet. Thankfully, the side of your apartment complex came to view from a few feet away. A relieved sigh escapes past your lips. Turned to Crow, who was doing everything he could to keep your bag dry, not even caring about the droplets of rain rolling down his cheek and his damp hair that clung to his face. Just a few more steps, Crow. We're almost there. You're up to the road, hearing Crow's heavy footsteps along behind you. All of a sudden, Crow stops. His head turned to the bushes, his eyes growing wide as he opened his mouth in a near gasp. Crow, what's wrong? Oh, um, 1 sec. Let's get these groceries and you to a cupboard. Huh? Crow hastily shoves your semi-damp plastic bag towards you, your arm suddenly carrying the weight of your groceries. You blinked a few times in confusion. Crow, what? Whoa! Without much warning, Crow lifts you off the ground. With one of his arms wrapped around your shoulders and the other under your knees, he hoists you up. The shock from your feet leaving the pavement floor caused you to shriek as you clung around Crow's neck, feeling his damp body press against yours. Jericho, what on earth? Crow runs up to your apartment. See, yeah, I kind of think. Okay, I'm feeling like Crow has, like that, hidden possessive side. Like we played knee deep, and I think Milo was his name. Milo was exactly like that, like the childhood possessive best friend. I think Crow is a little crazy like that. Okay, a little crazy like that, because either he saw something in the bushes that's like a danger to them, like an animal or something, or a soul in the bushes. Okay, or a soul stalking him in the bushes, and he happened to see, and he picked me up just cause, like just to show a soul. And, it sounds like a far fetch, but uh, you know, it's pretty obvious Soul's kind of already crazy for us, cause we barely known him, and like he's already calling us his darling and his pumpkin. So it's a far fetch, but hey, I'm throwing everything out there, and we'll see. We'll see. We'll see once the demo comes out. Carrying you like your weight meant nothing to his arms. He seemed distracted, your protest going unheard. Once he makes it to your doorstep, he sets you down before turning around and running back the way he came. Get inside the apartment. I'll be right back. You grip your grocery bag tight as you stare at his figure, your heart drumming quite loudly within your chest. Did he just pick me up and carry me all the way to my apartment that easily? He barely even grunted. From someone so lean, you never expected him to actually lift you like a sack of feathers. You start wondering if he works out. You're 2 days, and afloat from what just occurred. You realize that Crow finally came back. You gasped as you took in his entire body, now awfully drenched from head to toe, his hair dripping wet with water. His shoes sloshed as he walked, and his wet clothes clung to his skin. He noticed his vest missing, and he spotted in his arms, wrapped around something. Okay, see, yeah, that was a big fetch. Just tell me, why'd you saved the kitten or something? But why'd you pick me up? I guess, was I that slow? Damn. Am I that enough? Oh my god, Crow. The man you are. You man you are. I'm over here throwing out all these crazy ass. And you're just, you're just this is a green flag. The greenest flag. The sound came from the bundle that he carried in his arms, causing you to snap out of your thoughts. Did I just hear his vest mow? Let's get inside before you get any colder. Oh my god, Crow. Oh my god, you're just a heartthrob, Crow. Once you and Crow made it inside your apartment, the first thing you did was to grab 3 different towels. One for you, one for Crow, and one for your new little friend. Let me see the kitten. They barely leave in the cold rain. Poor guy must have gotten abandoned by its mother. Ah, that's so cute. Wrapped in a small towel is a tiny black kitten. You know, we should be thankful that my landlord wasn't just at his desk, right? Pets aren't allowed here? Other than that, Crow paused a bit, understanding where you're coming from. A low chuckle left his lips, scratching his wet cheek. You probably won't appreciate the puddle with me on his doorstep. Haha, precisely. You both let out a small, awkward laugh, hoping that you wouldn't get caught the following day by the cameras around. Shoving the thoughts aside, you and Crow stare at the kitten now wrapped within the towel, its beady eyes seemingly staring at the both of you before breaking into mews and mows. You feel your heart melt, and so do Crow's. I'll take care of this little guy for now. You should probably drop, Crow. Is that okay? I didn't expect to actually end up staying in your place. Exactly, here we go. This is what I was saying. Lock in, sleepover time. I won't be long though. I'll get out of your hair as soon as I dry up. I honestly don't mind you staying a bit longer. Not a problem. I don't want you to catch the cold because of me. I mean, he's lean, but his arms are pretty big, bro. If this is, I mean, it seems a little loose fitting. Like, see, his arms could probably be like this up there, but now you can see the curve, and this is probably where his forearm comes. His arms are, look at that. His arms are fucking huge, bro. I don't know he's lean, but he's got some mass to him, bro. Let me get you something to change. There really is no need. Not giving him a chance to protest, you quickly head out to your bedroom. Rummaging through your drawers and cabinets, try to find something that could fit Crow. You remember the oversized shirt you received during your last sports day? Bro, the amount of oversized clothes I have, bro. You never understood as to why everyone needed to buy that shirt, but when you got yours, they ran out of your size and you had no choice but to accept a shirt that was one size bigger than yours. Taking it out of the drawer, you make your way back. You head back to the living room. Let me fix my filter. Seeing Crow, who remains still in the spot. The shirt had partly dried, and he had taken the kitten into his arms. The little creature was snugly wrapped in a warm blanket, reminding you of a burrito. The sigh of Crow gently holding the kitten pierced a soft spot in your heart. The view was to die for. You would have spent a few more seconds admiring it if you had noticed Crow's shoulders shaking from cold. You had not. You're shivering. Nothing I can't handle. Lies. Cat is doing a better job at keeping warm than you. Bro, you have to get out of those clothes, bro. Like, that's the most, and the most, neutral way possible. Your dad's have to get out of your clothes, bro. You're gonna get hypothermia. Oops, I almost kicked my lamp down. You teasingly roll your eyes at Crow as you shove the shirt and another fresh towel in his direction. Get those clothes off. Send his ass to the shower, bro. Duckle is forcing to give up the kitten to you as he accepts the change of clothes. Carrying the kitten in your arms, you lead Crow to your bathroom and he thanks you before stepping in and closing the door behind him. There we go. See, like, come on, lock in. Hearing the tweak of the valve and the familiar sound of the shower running, you remember how Crow shivered all the way to the bathroom. You turn your heater up a bit before settling back down on the couch. You turn your attention to the kitten, its fur now dry thanks to you and Crow. I want to see the kitten again. Small feline looks up at you and meows, slow beady eyes staring up at yours. Put a finger on its head, petting it gently. I love kittens, they're so cute, I just, like, if I was ever to get an animal, bro, I would probably get a cat. Oh no, bro. I just don't really like animals, okay? Like I like animals, bro. I don't like big animals. I like little animals. But bro. I just don't like animals are high maintenance, okay? And I'm lazy, okay? I have my own animals, and I do take very well good care of them. But I'm too lazy, and if I'm sitting alone, I just really don't feel like doing that. And dealing with like things that come with animals, like tearing up your furniture or running around breaking things, the litter box, or just using the bathroom on the floor in an accident or something. There's a lot of work, but I'm yapping. I'm always yapping. Just like talking. Hey y'all. My bad. Let me get back into it. Meow. Be a hungry little guy. Okay, we're not grocery shopping. Scooping the tiny kid in your arms, you make your way towards the kitchen. Setting the kitchen down on the counter, you rummage through your fridge and cupboards for a clean bowl. You pick up the grocery bag from the floor, placing it on the kitchen table as you look for the almond milk you remember getting. Eating the milk just warm enough, you observe the kitten as it breaks free from its warm confinement and looks around. The cat shivering in fear and caution of the unknown territory, but remaining curious enough to look around. Setting the warm bowl of milk in front of the cat, you grab the chair, patiently waiting as it creeps closer to the bowl. Takes one lap of the milk, another, then one more before it happily drinks it up. A warm smile makes it to your face. Oh my goodness. This has to be the best one yet. Oh, and he's blinking at me. Like, okay, there we go. Like, his arms are pretty big, okay? His arms are pretty big. It seems you've got yourself all settled in. From this angle. No, those are pretty. Yeah, bro. Bigger than my arms, bro. You Crow's slightly amused voice, and you turn around to face him. You momentarily stop at the sight of him standing there, wearing the fresh shirt you handed him with a towel around his neck. Now, out of his usual braids, his hair was wet and let loose. That's what's so different. His hair's not braided, yeah. A few droplets dripping from semi-dry strands. Thank you for letting me use your bathroom, Theo. You don't mind me hanging my vest, right? I don't mind. In fact, I can just hand your stuff to you tomorrow if you'd like. Oh, I gotta get that one. Y'all killing me here. Crow didn't answer you as he pointed his gaze downwards. He was hoping to stay the night. Come on, take a hint, brother. Dipping his head in an attempt to conceal a slight tint of pique brushing along his cheeks. He grabs his arm, a hint of embarrassment in his voice. Oh, man. Okay. Control yourself, Theo. Control yourself. Sorry, I didn't think I would end up staying here a bit. I'm thankful either way. Also, isn't this the first time I've been to your apartment? You've got a nice place. Oh crap, he's actually right. You never really got any visitors, save from your father and your landlord. Other than that, you've never had anyone in here until now. And it's Crow too. Just you two. Alone. I'm probably talking too much. You should get changed too. Crow's voice snaps you out of your thoughts, and you look up to realize that he already picked the kitten up from the counter. Crow holds it in his arms, the feline faintly purring as it snuggles close to his chest, relishing in its warmth. Never thought you'd see the day you'd be jealous over a cat, but here you are. Getting up from your chair, you accompany Crow back into the living room before going to change as well. The sound of the shower head running fills your ears as you look down on your bathroom's white tiles, observing the water run down towards the sinkhole. The wires here helped you warm up a bit, and you couldn't help the thoughts ring from your mind. Thoughts that were mostly consumed by Crow and the cat. Who's going to keep it? Why did he save it? And most importantly, how long is he planning to stay here? You look up, seeing his soaked vest and his polo hanging on one of the bathroom railings. You should probably throw that in a dryer along with yours after. You let out a sigh, not wanting to waste any more water, and probably spend the next 30 minutes contemplating your life in the shower. You got out, dried yourself, and got yourself dressed. You return to the living room, finding that Crow had made himself comfortable on your couch with the cat happily settled in his lap as he gives it a few pets. So many words. Sensing your presence, Crowe lifts his head and his eyes perk up upon landing on your figure. Welcome back. And the cat's starting to relax. It's almost as if it belongs in this place. He chuckles. You made your way to him and sink in the couch right by his side. You gaze at the cat, curled up in his lap and purring away in content. You bit your bottom lip. Cat 2, Leave 0. Have you thought of a name yet? Actually, no. I'm never really good with names. How about you? Have you thought of a name for it? He tilts his head to the side, waiting your answer to his inquiry. You gonna let me... Well, okay. I feel like since Crowe saved it, he should definitely be the one to name it. I doubt this has any additional story, but 7-1. Oh, you're done, Soul. How is Soul's going down? I didn't even know that was possible. Yo, Crowe, name it. Why don't you try to name it? Me? But the names we usually give are quite corny. Oh, come on, it's not that bad. Crowe scans your face for confirmation. He genuinely seems to think that he wasn't the best person for the task, but you clearly saw that glimmer of hope in his eyes. Are you sure? Of course I am. Are you really, really sure? Yes, Crowe. You roll your eyes to mock a noise before giggling. Seeing that you're not budging from your choice, he sighs in defeat with a little troubled smile on his face. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Crowe gazes at your ceiling in deep thought. He hums, buying the inner... Marie. Who are you gonna name him? Marie. Buying the inner of his cheek as he closes his eyes, taking on the seemingly very serious task of giving the cat a good name. Crowe looks down at the kid in consideration. His blue eyes mirrored his blue orbs. They stared at each other. Ah. How about Regulus? That's actually a really good name. That's a tough name. Like, isn't the dude's name from ReZero? Is it ReZero? I think it's ReZero. Right, I watched like season 1 and 2, and then I just dropped it because it was boring as hell. Regulus, or yeah, I think that's how you say it. That's right. He picks up the cat and lovingly cradles it like a present to the baby, like a parent to the baby, letting the kitten rest on his right arm and booping his nose as he did so. Regulus, named after the brightest star in the Leo constellation. Plus, his eyes are blue. Crowe turns to you, seemingly excited, as he holds the cat in front of you, showing its eyes. You got to agree. Its eyes are a bright shade of beautiful blue, reminding you of sapphire gems. The feline's dark fur accentuates its eyes further, helping it pop like a twinkling star in the night sky. You thought it was just like Crowe's to name the cat after a constellation. You recall how you thought he was corny, but to you it was endearing that Crowe manages to leave traces of himself on things. I think Regulus is a beautiful name. You don't think it's too complicated? Or too corny? Corny? No. In fact, it's quite nerdy, but it's unique. It's both. But I feel like you can't just say no and then say nerdy or unique. It's unique. I would never even come close to thinking of a name like that. Named after a star. You give beautiful names, Crowe. I love it. Crowe scratched the side of his face at the compliment, his cheeks growing red as he gazed fondly at the little furry creature. Thank you. I'm surprised you didn't think it was weird. It is quite an unusual name. Not weird at all. If anything, this little guy deserves to have a name that is one of a kind. Drink your water, guys. Stay hydrated. It's just like you to give a name like this, and I love seeing you be so just you, Crowe. You spoke so sincerely that you and Crowe fell silent for a moment. It's a pleasant kind of silence as Crowe let your words sink in. You stare into each other's eyes as if an invisible force was pulling you in together. Meow. The kitten's noise felt like an electric zapping you as you both pulled away. You coughed and Crowe cleared his throat, plastering on that familiar smile to his face. Yeah, I guess you're right, Theo. Anyway, you want something to eat? I can heat up some Hot Pockets we bought. That would be wonderful. The sun had set beyond the horizon hours ago, and you could see the sky painted black from your window. With the rain still pouring just as hard as before, Crow decided to stay a little bit longer to enjoy your company. Bro, just stay the night. It's literally the sun's going down, but just stay. You can wash all your clothes, take a shower, and go to school with me tomorrow. The kitten sleeps soundly on a nearby makeshift bed that you made together with Crow. You sit beside him on the couch, the living room dimly lit with nothing but the television running what seems to be a slasher film. Okay, hear me out. Why do they have to make the serial killer so hot in this movie? Excuse me? I mean, look at him. He's clearly a pretty boy with that blonde hair and charming smile. That makes sense, right? Especially with this killer in the movie. Cunning and charming, he's a good manipulator, having to entice people so they can kill them in the end. That throws the detectives off, right? I guess that makes sense. They did a good job at casting whoever the killer is. He's pretty good. You know the actor? No? How about you? It's surprised you don't know him. He's one of the best multi-talented idols in Vidas City. You cast your eyes back to the screen and agree with the serial killer's actor. Golden hair dyed with pink tips, rose pink eyes that shone brightly, a smile that was so alluring and magnetic it was hard to tear your gaze away. He almost looks like an actual angel. He's known as Aries. Besides being an actor, he's also a singer and a model. Wow, this sounds like a big shot. He's also Jess's favorite actor. As you know, Jess owns the biggest fan page for this guy and has been recognized by him and many fans. Really? It's quite an achievement. I agree. With a face card like that, how could anyone not fall for him? Don't tell me he's your type. Hey, shut your... You just, you're so dense, bro. Nonsense. No. Yeah, sure he's handsome. Yeah, look at... Oh. Oh, Mama Racket. How do you go back up? How do you go back up? Stop trying to claw your way back, bro. It's over for you. There we go. See, look at that. I'm throwing him threes. I'm throwing him half-court shots green. Yeah, sure he's handsome, but he's not really my type. For a second, Crow's eyes flickered with hope before disappearing. Instead, a smile splashed on his face. That's good. Huh? Nothing. The room fell silent afterwards, with neither of you uttering a word. As the television becomes background noise, you unconsciously fiddle with your fingers. You found it difficult to focus on the movie as you start feeling conscious of the male beside you. For your peripheral vision, you try to discreetly check up on Crow, only to realize that his whole attention was already on you. Heartbeat races. Hey Theo, if given the chance, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be? Another one of your little trivia questions, Crow. You laugh lightheartedly, attempting to ease the atmosphere. Yet Crow did not seem to be on board, so you shut yourself up quickly. You bit your lips as you felt Crow leaning in close to your face, his breath brushing against your cheek. The movie becomes a muffled and incoherent noise as the rapid beating of your heart floods your eardrums. Why don't you answer first? He chuckles slowly, sending a shiver down your spine. Crow surprises you when he rests his head on your shoulder, the intimate gesture making your heart stop. Before you could say anything else, he buries his face in the crook of your neck, making you freeze. He prayed he wouldn't hear just how loudly your heart is beating. Dodging the questions this time, huh? Well, if I were to have anything in the world, I'd love to have more time. More time to be with you. More time to spend with you. Kind of selfish of me, huh? At this point, you aren't sure if he's talking to you or with himself. You glance at Crow from the corner of your eye, noticing his downcast gaze. He smiled at himself, but all you could see was that desperate expression he failed to suppress. He did not dare ask what was wrong. At a loss for words, you chose to remain silent. You stayed in that position with Crow for what felt like a minute, the hurt in his beautiful face replaying in your head. You swallowed and lifted a hand, gently placing it on the back of his head. You relaxed when you felt Crowe ease up on your touch. Taking that as a sign, you proceed to stroke his hair, brushing along his now soft and dry locks between your fingers. I should probably get going. Already? Oh, tired. Got work tomorrow. He pulls away and looks at you straight in the eyes. Multiple swirls of emotions fill his dull orbs. Drowsiness, uncertainty, longing. With one last exhale, Crowe finally gets off of you and stands up. A few groans escaping his lips as he stretches his limbs. With one hand on his hips, he gives you a smile. With his hands on his hips, he gives you a smile. You couldn't shake off that feeling that it was done just to reassure you. He's always hitting that pose no matter what. I love this, bro. This little sprite is so good. Is this a sprite? I suppose this is a sprite too. I'm always used to sprite being the little pixel ones. Rain is slowing down a bit, plus it's getting quite late. I haven't contacted my relatives yet, so they might actually be worried by now. Are you sure you don't want to stay the night? I want to say it so bad. You really, really want to, but you couldn't. You shouldn't. You clench the fabric of your shirt above where your painfully beating heart lies. You're probably right. Let me get your clothes from the dryer. I'll see you out. Thank you, Theo. You're the best of the best. Are you sure you'll be fine, Crowe? Mm-hmm. I already called my driver. I'll probably get an earful from him, but that's alright. They're probably going to question me about Regulus, but I think of an excuse. I'm sorry I couldn't keep him with me, Crowe. No, it's alright. In fact, I already know who would be the perfect cat owner for them. With the kitten cradled in his arms, Crowe did the mock-up face of a grumpy person, exaggerating his expression with his cheeks puffed and shoulders raised. You could only make a wild guess in the mysterious identity. It was a shame that your apartment had a no pets policy. The fact that you knew absolutely no one who could take care of the kitten. After talking out with Crowe, he decided to take the kitten with him. Thankfully, you had a few spare boxes lying around and you gave one for Crowe to place the kitten in. Today's been fun, Crowe. His brow raises in mild surprise, and a soft smile painted his features. With his dominant hand, he ruffles the top of your head, messing your hair a bit and earning him a chuckle. Hey now. I had fun too with you. See you tomorrow? Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bingo! We're cooking. Oh, goodness. You went to close the door, but stopped by the sudden sensation of something soft landing on your forehead. Your eyes traveled up, realizing that Crowe had just given you a tender kiss near your brow. Now your face heated up, your brain circuited at the feeling of his soft lips lingering on your skin. Good night, Theo. He gives you a casual wave, Regulus peeking out of his box to give you one last look as if bidding you goodbye before you finally close your door. That tease. He's finally back, huh? Evil aunt, huh? Evil aunt back in town? Come on, Regulus. Go home. We continue. Alright. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. You know, I'm happy with that. Okay, I'm happy with that. We got our kiss. We got a kiss, and we got more insight on on uh on Crowe and his family. I'd say we just started it off by with Soul. So last time I ran away, so I'm assuming. So where are we at now? Right, yeah, we're 0-0 at the start of the day. Um, so yeah, I'm assuming that if we just go to the library, that we'll meet Soul. I'll head to the library today. With a hand on her hip, Brittany stares at you, as if waiting for you to change your mind. Seeing that your decision is set, she loosens a sigh. Okay, how? That's I don't. I'm not gonna touch it. If it's too loud, then I'll turn down and I'll edit it in the CapCut. Okay. Crowe, however, stayed in his exact same spot right next to you. Noticing this, Gio, though in the hoodie, stops. Bro? Huh? Oh, I'll be right there. Crowe paused shortly to sneak a look at you before walking towards Gio, his movement slow and hesitant to leave your side. Although Crowe did not give you a farewell glance before reaching his friend, it was Gio who glared at you over his shoulder. Hey, watch yourself. His gaze was intimidating and intense. It reminded you of the way predators look at their prey. You felt your heart stop beating for a moment. Confused by his apparent stillness, Crowe was about to question his blue-haired companion, but Gio waved his hand dismissively. Before Crowe could notice anything, Gio breaks his gaze away from yours and ushers his friend out of the classroom. You let out the breath you didn't know you were holding. Now, what was that about? What's your problem with me? He gave me nothing but short glances and glares since I've met him. Maybe I'm not suited to be part of their group. You shake away the negative thoughts attempting to plague your mind, returning to your original plan. You packed up your things and proceeded to head out. Next stop, the library. The rowdy hallway buzzed with noise as sweaty and tired students made their way to their respective classes. Some presumably headed to the cafeteria for a break. Several were headed to the same direction you were walking. With the library door within your reach, a smile etched on your face. You open the doors, immediately greeted by the familiar scent of coffee and library books. You've always been awed by our university's fancy facilities. In fact, the library surprisingly operates as a small cafe, serving coffee to students who need it early in the morning until the afternoon. It is a huge hit amongst everyone, and you understand why. Caffeine is the fuel to a college student's weary soul. The aroma of coffee somehow lightened your mood. Anticipating a short moment of peace within the library, you made your way towards your usual seat by the large window near the cafe section. Your mood dropped and you spotted an unfamiliar face occupying the chair you've come to favor. You groan. This is great. What should I do about this? I don't know, I can't really just ask him to move out of the seat. It's not my seat. Save up. Okay. Now we're gonna start back from 9. Find somewhere else to sit. I'm not very confrontational, so we're gonna run away. We're not gonna be confrontational, we're gonna run away. You don't want to deal with a stranger or anyone at all in this very moment, even if you want your seat back. Looking around, you made up your mind to settle somewhere else, preferably far from the presence of the others. To your utter demise, the only vacant seat left was next to a table full of loudly gossiping students. You swear, of all the places to do their idle and loud chatter, it had to be in the library. You don't feel like doing your research paper anymore. Heading to the fiction section of the library, you examine each book's spine, running your fingers along them and hoping that one would attract your attention. However, not a single one caught your eye among the many books you passed by. Instead, you've only gathered dust on your fingertips. You clicked your tongue and rubbed your fingers together, dusting them off. Blood. That's really loud, yeah. Just a sudden thud came from the opposite side of the shelf before you, causing it to wobble a bit, nearly knocking a few books down. Another thump, but this one was louder and Did someone get hit? Then alas, a few books toppled over next to you and one nearly hit your head. Hey, watch it! You raised your voice. Silence. Then you hear a few shuffling noises beyond the shelf in front of you. You let out an irritated puff, taking the few books that fell to the ground. You proceed to place them back in their original positions on the shelves, but as you're filling up gaps, something, or rather someone, caught your attention. Through a small crack between the books, you spot a male student with hair dyed in red and spiked up hair, donned with a leather jacket and ripped jeans, his facial piercings enhancing his intimidating look. A male student with hair dyed in red and spiked up hair. I don't think we've ever seen no one like that. Behind him stood another guy dressed in near similar fashion. The only difference is his hair is black as night, with blue highlights, a white tank top instead of a leather jacket, and a dog tag dangling from his neck. The two unfamiliar students sneered down on someone who you assume they pushed to the ground. That's where the thudding sounds came from. Okay, so I was right. Red-haired bully. Don't make too much noise there, Mr. Creep McGee. No one wants to get in trouble, do you? Great, another bullying situation. You will drive in the noise. These bullies never know when to stop, do they? Sometimes people never seem to grow out of their high school phase. The poor fellow remained sitting up on the ground, his back leaning against the bookshelf, trying desperately to hold his ground. There was something under his breath. What's that? Didn't quite hear you. The red-haired bully mocked. His hand brushed behind his ears. He leaned closer to the man on the ground, while his raven-haired companion laughed at his friend's antics. I said, fuck off. Soul, you're the one getting beat on, bro? Aren't you like 6'7", bro? You little. He cringed at the sound of flesh hitting flesh, causing you to pull back. Got some real nerve coming here and showing your face, punk. No matter. You're nothing but fresh meat. Ugh, looks fucking disgusting. But he's liking this. Why wouldn't he? After all, you asked for this, didn't you? Sick freak. And this is getting bad. I should leave or else I'll be next. You gritted your teeth. Eyes squinted. You don't want to look at this anymore. But before you could shove a book to cover up the remaining gap, something glistening caught your eye. Oh, your blood ran cold at the weapon now within the fiery red head's hand. Yo, how'd you get that on campus? Shut up. Who cares? It's a pocket knife. I mean, what? What was his name? I forgot his name already. The little dude with the blue hair had a knife. Let's see if you'll continue being a smartass once I cut your mouth. I've gotta do something. But should I risk being caught in between all of that? I mean, do I, bro? That's a knife, bro. That's a knife, bro. I mean, bro, it's soul. We have to get the soul out. We have to go through it. So we'll see. Let's stop them. Gotta stop them. Leaving the remaining books, you quickly rushed out of your aisle and went across where the bullies were. Stop! You let a loud cry. In the cry of your voice, the bullies halt in their movement. Why did their heads slowly turn to you? I would scream he has a knife, bro. Clip. Your attention, however, was on the fallen male on the ground, his face battered and bruised as he struggles to keep his composure. He looks up at you and your eyes meet with reddish-orange ones. As soon as he registered who you are, however, his expression turned from mild irritation to shock. He shuffles on the ground in a hurry as he tries to get up. The raven-haired bully must have noticed this and kicked his stomach, causing him to double over and clench his abdomen. What do you want, Pipsqueak? Can't you see we're busy here? The tall, red-haired bully clicks his tongue. You can see his veins bulging from his forehead in irritation from your interruption. Standing up, he walks to where you are, pocket knife still in his hand. Just stop what you're doing right now. Oh yeah? What are you gonna do about it? If you hurt him, I'll scream and alert everyone in the library. Bro, you should be worried about yourself. The redhead just let out a mocking laugh and faced by your threat. He looms over you, his attention now focused on you, leaving the other male on the ground. Stop. Don't go anywhere near him. You're here for me, right? Leave him alone. Shut the fuck up. Ugh. The red-haired landed The raven-haired landed one more kick on the student's in green stomach. Taking advantage of his weak state, the bully clad in blue steps on the boy on the ground's back. Stop that. Whoa, whoa. Hold it right there, sweetheart. We're not done yet. The bully in red before you suddenly wraps his arm around your lower back, then proceeds to bring his face closer to your own. With his free hand, he forcefully grabs your chin and jerks your head towards his. You hiss from the force he inflicted on your jaw. Let me go, you bastard. You move your face away, his hot breath fanning your cheek as you try to pull your best to pull away from him. The redhead scans your face, a growing sinister smirk forming his lips. Gonna lie, you look kind of pretty. No one in this freak has the hots for you. He turns around to give a quick glance at the person on the ground. He just chuckled at the dark glare given to him. Bet your little boyfriend wouldn't mind the taste. But before you could register what he just said, you felt a stinging sensation across your cheek, following something wet roll down your cheek. The sensation of the bully's tongue, ew, running across your cheek made you shiver in pure disgust. You can feel tears slowly forming in the corners of your eyes. The redhead, however, does not share your sentiments. His eyes roll back in pure ecstasy, a low moan escaping his mouth, making you want to throw up. Taking advantage of his blissful state, with all your might you kicked him between his legs. Fuck. Fucking bitch. You pushed him away from you with all your might. Gave him one last kick on his back, causing him to fall and land on one of the bookshelves, multiple books falling on him. A thick encyclopedia landed on his head, causing him to pass out. Take that, fucker. However, your little victory was short-lived, as you felt an arm make its way around your throat, proceeding to block your windpipe. You're a naughty one, aren't you? I don't want to teach you a lesson. Let go of me. You clawed the bully's arm around you, trying desperately for him to release you as you slowly lose air in your lungs. Like, Soul, help me, bro. Like, dude, your vision was slowly beginning to dark. I can't breathe. Someone help. The arm around your throat loosened. Tell me you didn't stab him, bro, please. A dizzy state causes you to lose your balance. You steadied your breathing while rubbing your throat, trying to ease the pain it just went through. The two bullies' bodies are now on the ground, all passed out, and all that's left are a pair of black shoes before you. Looking up, it was the same guy in green. Bruise on his face is still visible. He didn't say anything while handing out his hand. Accepting it, he let out a small thank you as he pulled you up back to your feet. Now that everything seems to settle down, you finally got to look at him closely. Oh, I thought Soul's not even that tall. I swear he was taller than that. I remember him being way taller. He's actually pretty tall, probably around 6 feet tall. His hair deep green, nearing black, green streaks pulled in half. Don't get me wrong, 6 foot is tall, but not like Yandere, the real man's visual novel tall, bro. The main interest is always like 6'3" and above. His red eyes dart around the area, then back on you, then back at a random corner. An awkward minute passed. Uh, we should probably get you to the nurse's. I'm fine. There's no need. Meanwhile, you should get your cheek bandaged. So he did cut my cheek, that's gross, bro. That's gross. That was a whole gross ass sequence. He lifted his hand, seemingly trying to cup your cheek, but stopped himself midway, quickly tucking it behind his head, his back, and walking past you in a hurry. Your eyes trailed after him as he quickly made it to what seemed to be your usual spot. After fixing his things, then set off towards the exit, not bothering to glance back one last time. So I wonder, if he was getting bullied, I'm guessing he wasn't the one at my seat. And I guess if I went to the student, maybe I wouldn't have found that little altercation. Who knows? Barely making it to your next class, you slid the classroom door open, earning you a few looks from the students inside the room. Okay. Alright. How do you skip? Okay, we're at new stuff anyways. I never seemed to take note of it as of is an understatement. You realize that there are a lot of unfamiliar faces in today's class. You're guessing that they either transferred to this class or just wanted to cut their original classes and would slack off in a different subject. Not that you cared anyway. You only have this class due to the fact it's required for some strange reason. The school's curriculum is weird. While you were scanning around the room, however, you spot a familiar mop of black hair seat at the very end of the classroom. And your eyes went wide. That's how he got the bandage. So he went through his bully phase, but we went through getting bullied, but we just went there to help him. Okay. And he fell down the stairs. Okay. You swore you met your eyes for a split second. You know, okay, I went into this, like being like, I'm all here for Crowe, which I am, but it's the demo. It's a demo, so there's no like, I can't just stick to one side and finish it like that. We are staring at a very handsome fellow, so perhaps I could split the love. Perhaps I could go like 30-70, okay? 30-70. Because for now, he's not that bad. Isn't that the same guy back in the library? He thought, seeing the bandage on his face where the bruise was. Kind of resembling yours. So you did go to the nurse's office, you liar. Your gaze lingered on his phone before the door of your classroom lets out a squeak, indicating your professor's arrival, making you leave your thoughts on the man at the back and redirect your focus at the front. I still have questions to ask them later. Hearing the classroom door open, your art professor makes his whip. Yep. Okay, guys, skip you up. Art exhibit project featuring various areas of art as part of your thesis. Okay. You curse at yourself. You only hope you're not the only student who didn't get their own partner for this class. But upon looking around, it seems like everyone is calm and collected. You're the only one panicking here. I hate that, bro. If I don't have at least like one friend or at least one acquaintance in my classes, where I lose my mind, bro. Unlike the rest of the class scurrying around to meet their partner, you're the only fool who's still standing. I'm still standing. I don't even know. I forgot the lyrics to that song. I need to listen to that song. I'm the only one saying it's in Chrome. Okay, let's skip up. Alright, so here we go. Yap. Okay. So I said soul means sun. So I'm gonna say your name contradicts your whole gland. I'm not gonna lie. Your name means the exact opposite to what you're wearing, if I've got to be honest. Not that you don't dress well. I mean, you look good. Tinge of red makes its way to his face. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I think that one just gave us 2. We're probably not gonna get any with Crowe because I'm like, I don't know if there's like I don't know if there's a way to get half and half. But that'd be way too complicated. It would just be at the end when I would just go through my options. Soul bit his lower lip as he readjusts his collar. I should just shut the fuck up. He averts his gaze, buying his near cheek. Thanks. You look good too. I should introduce myself before this gets any more awkward. Well, I'm Theo. Nice to finally know your name, Soul. Soul nods with a smile forming on his lips. I think he knows our name already. Then returning to his attention back to the professor. I wonder how long he's known us, because on our crow route, we never even came to contact with him. No, we did. He called us his pumpkin after we were his partner. So maybe he just falls very fast, or he knew us prior. 3 artworks to showcase. No, yeah. Alright. Oh, but I have this bandage on my face. Wouldn't that hinder the process? He's drawing us again. You recall the events that happened back at the library. I can simply ignore it. Or make something better out of it. Trust the process. It seems like he already has an idea on what to do. and judging from that half-filled sketchbook of his, he's quite familiar with the concept of art. Me, however, I'm not good at art. I was pretty great at art. No, I think I picked... No, I'll be great at art, yeah. Would you like me to draw you first? I mean, I don't mind. Yeah, I picked bad at art last time. I'm quite confident in my art skills. You said with a smile on your face. Phil thought for a bit. The offer is quite tempting, but then he remembers the bandage on his face. Oh, so you're such... So you get to draw me with a bandage on my face, but not me? Okay. He shook his head as he took out his own sketch pad and his pencil. No, it's alright. I'd rather draw you for now. Are you sure? Yeah. Why so? Because you're prettier. My bad. I was just interrupted. Oh. Boom boom. I mean, I look like crap. And you look really good. Whoa, slow down. What were you saying? That I'm pretty? Yeah. Can I just draw you? I just don't like how I look with this bandage on my face, that's all. God, I feel like I'm about to explode. He just gave a small chuckle before letting him do the honors and draw you instead. You sat up straight and fixed your hair, Soul started in the sketch, a red tint covering his cheeks up to his ears as he tried his best to hide his blushing face behind his sketch pad. The sound of pencil against paper filled the classroom. You understand as Soul looked up at you, and back on the paper from time to time. Whenever he gazes at you, you swear his eyes go half-lit as in a dreamy daze. You didn't think much about it. Thank you. What was that? Soul stopped his strokes on the paper and finally locked gaze with you, and Sketchback covers half of his face as he speaks. Thank you, Theo, for helping me back in the library. Oh, it's not a problem. You were in quite a pickle and no one bothered to help you out. I don't know what I'd do if I didn't save you there. You saved me the trouble today. After that, Soul said nothing. His gaze remains on yours before continuing on. A small tin of pique appeared on the tip of his ears, using his sketch pad, just to cover his burning face behind the object. Small conversations were made then, and there as he worked with the pencil whilst he kept the air afloat. Sorry I wasn't able to make it in time. He stared at Soul's eyes. He stared, and Soul's eyes just widened at you before shaking his head. Don't worry about it. That's the type of thing is usual for me. That usual for you? He sighed as if the thought alone is such a huge task on his hands while he continues on. Every bruise is worth it. Worth it. Soul then mumbled something under his breath. The grip on the pencil tightening in his grip before... The grip on the pencil tightening in his grip... That's such a weird... entourage of words. Sighing and looking up at you. And that was enough to calm him down and continue on with his sketch, leaving you dumbfounded. Is this like an Unchanged Man type of plot? That type of plot? If you know, you know, okay? Before you knew it, class was over. Soul, however, is not done with his portrait of you, as his pencil still makes a few more final touches on his sketch pad. Just a few more touches. There. Yeah, can I see? Of course. Soul hands his sketchbook to you and you gasp. This looks so good. The details and everything. And he's not even done yet. This looks amazing. How the fuck did you do this? By her compliment, he just rubbed the back of his neck and shrugged a little, a bit embarrassed at your compliment. I'd love to sketch once in a while. I often draw into people in parks when I go out. Couldn't help but admire him in his work. Although, I'd like to revise this to give him more time. Can I keep this? Oh wait, was that me? No, okay. I mean, right after our professor grades it, of course. Soul placed his hand under his chin, thinking about it. Not sure. I think I could do better than that one. But I really like this one. He just chuckled. Alright, you can have it once I'm done, and our professor grades it. In return, I get to keep the portrait you'll make of me, alright? I think that's a fair deal. Soul agreed and you cheered. Gave back his sketch pad and fixed up your things. Soul packed up as well as you both head out towards the hallway. Do you have a phone? Okay, yep. Bite the bottom of your lip and recall the events that happened today. Formally meeting Crowe's group, the events that occurred in the library, and most especially, meeting Soul. 4? Oh, we still had 2. Wow. I thought that would, maybe, I don't know. Back then, you struggled to form friends throughout college and your community. Yeah. Okay, now, see, now we get a chance to give a Crowe some. So last time I took his hand. This time we'll take his arm. But I feel like this is going to be the lesser option. No, I was right. Last time I was talking about how taking the arm is a little more possessive, you know, like bold. So I hopefully, let's see. Wait. Let's see. Damn, that gave him a 3. That gave him a 3, bro. He didn't take his outstretched hand, but rather boldly wrapped your arm around his, earning a look of surprise from his azure eyes. Look at that face. He's very pleased with that. He did not question you on the matter, but a wide smile made its way to his features, while a slight blush dusted his cheeks. He holds onto your arm tight and leads the both of you away from the school grounds. And we're going to see the stars, right? The time you and Crowe made it to the park. Yep. Okay, let's skip up. Last time I said I do believe in gods. I'll say I don't, because he does not. I don't. You don't? No. I don't. I believe in one's hard work. Does that count? Crowe merely chuckles at your statement. With the hand resting on his chest, he shakes his head slightly as if he couldn't believe he just heard you say that. I don't mind the people who believe in them. I just don't like the way some of them worship the very ground these so-called gods walked on. You scoff. I believe that everything is made possible through everyone's efforts, be it as a team or as an individual. The believers only give credit to these deities for everything, and it's an insult to the forgotten people who sacrifice themselves to make things happen. You recall the townsfolk who endlessly praised and worshipped your patron deity for the bountiful harvest you and your family broke sweat and tears for. You watched as the efforts of your labor were all thrown to some invisible being which, as far as you know, returned nothing but calamities one after the other. So it was only a miracle that you, your father, and the damn farmland are still standing, and your crops still thriving even after so much damage. Crowe notices the way your brows furrow. He says nothing, but the look in his eyes tells you that he shares your sentiments wholeheartedly. This is why we're 2 peas in the same pod. But how about you? Do you believe in gods? He turns to Crowe, repeating the same question he asked you earlier. He scans your face, your eyes, your nose, then your lips. The lingering gaze made you shrink back, your heart fluttering slightly. Crowe seems to realize something to himself as he returns his attention to the stars above, sighing. I don't. Okay. Alright. Last time I hugged him, so we're gonna move in. We're gonna go for the kill, because he's at 4. So literally, we just rolled him. So we're gonna, I don't, just to get the things, okay? We're just getting the other things to see where it leads us. So we're gonna kiss Crowe. You have no idea where you got the guts to do the things you did next, but the feeling of his lips pressed on yours made the butterflies rattle in his stomach, threatening to burst out of their cage. Your heart beats fast like you just ran a marathon as you feel the heat rush to your cheek. Rush! Crowe freezes against you, and for a moment there, you thought you just made a huge mistake. You're prepared to pull away and apologize, but he makes a move you did not expect. Snaggat! The gentle grip that Crowe had in the small of your back slid his way to the back of your head. Fingers intertwine with your hair as he presses you closer to him, returning your kiss with a fervent intense. I was thinking reverence, dumbass. Well, fervent, intense, basically. New words, sense of desperation. I've seen that word before, but I know that. I knew that word. I just don't like. I'm not familiar with it. I just contradict myself. Whatever. Is it the hand holds your waist in a tight embrace, not wanting to let you go? Out of your own surprise, you break the kiss by pulling away slightly. Crowe chases after you, leaning in close to capture your lips in a deeper and more passionate manner than before. Like putty in his embrace, as he cups your cheek with one hand, his lips nearly asking him for more access to yours. In response, you shut your eyes tight, and your arms come to wrap around his shoulders, granting his desire by tilting your head against his. The both of you losing all sense of the world as you fell deep into the sensation of your lips against each other. Sorry, He eventually pulls away, the string of saliva connecting your lips to his own. Breaths are heavy, matching yours, and you beheld his red face and hair messier than before. He tucks away a strand of hair from behind your ear before rubbing your cheek with his thumb. Crowe scans your disheveled figure above him. You can see the way his eyes dilate the longer he keeps his gaze on your face. Oh my goodness. I knew we were going stargazing tonight. I didn't expect the brightest star to be just in front of me. He giggled at his cheesy pickup line. God, I like you, Theo. I liked you the first time I laid my eyes upon you. I didn't tell you because I was scared that I might lose whatever we have at the moment. That I would lose you. I couldn't bear to live a life without you. But Crowe, I like you too. I've liked you ever since too. You chuckle at the silly thoughts you recall, though you've been doubting your feelings. His feelings. His eyes grow wide, they're all falling slack as he tries to comprehend the words that came out of your lips. He blinks once, twice, before a smile as bright as the stars appears on his face. Is this a dream? I hope not. If I'm in a dream, please tell the sleeping me and never wake up. I want to live in this dream forever. Let's convince you it's not a dream. He leaned closer to his face and placed a peck on his cheek. Maybe, but I think this will definitely convince me. He captures your lips swiftly, distracting you when he moves and bury his face in the crook of your neck to nibble at soft flesh. You gasp. Now people will know you're mine. Hey now. Crowe laughs out hard. Okay, that had to. Yo, that's insane. How can he how can Soul come back from this? That's insane. And I didn't even think it could go that high. Well, I guess it is pretty set in stone, bro. Crowe laughs out heartily at your reaction as you simply roll your eyes. You couldn't stay mad at him. He dusts off the grass that sticks to his shirt before giving you a once over and gently swatting away the leaves on your hair and clothes. You get up and Crowe retrieves his bag, almost forgotten by the tree. Alrighty. It was time to leave this magical place. Look at the stars and how brightly they shone. You gave the sky one last glance before turning away, hand clasped tightly around Crowe's as you let him lead you home. Okay, that was the yap about the Halloween party. Holy, that's insane. Going, yeah, I was a child, she was a child. In Kingdom by the Sea. Day 2. Alrighty. Okay, new lines. The following day, the first thing you do is to look around for Crowe. However, when you try asking some students for his whereabouts, nobody seems to know where he went. You tried sending him a message to your phone, but you never received a single reply, much less having your messages be put unread. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's even worse. Leaving us unread. You eventually met up with Brittany, or meet up with Brittany. She seems to be one of the few people closest to Crowe, so it was best to talk about him with her. Jericho? No, I haven't seen him. Do you know anyone else that might have an idea where he is? Brittany pondered for a bit, with a manicured fingernail on her chin before shaking her head. No. I've already asked the rest of the guys. Heck, even Tio doesn't know where he is, and that guy's close to the hip with him. But he says he's coming to school today. Don't tell me he ditched last minute. Bullshit. He'd always send me or anyone in the group a text whenever something came up. Heck, knowing that guy, he'd most probably send you a text first. You're deflated. Brittany gives you a worried look, trying to think of something else that could possibly help you. Maybe you should try checking the counselor's office. Taking her advice, you thank her and proceed to leave the classroom she was in. You did as Brittany suggested, but much to your dismay and frustration, not a single one in the council knows where Crowe is. Classes eventually start, but you didn't attend. You're determined to know where Crowe could have possibly been. You rack your brains as you walk all over the school grounds. Crowe! You're probably too angry to realize you made it all the way to the gardens, the place where you usually work. You scratch your head from frustration, taking out your phone. You decide to give his number a ring. You haven't called him yet. It was still dead silent. Okay, headphones, the other headphones going on. Let me decide to walk even deeper into the gardens. Until eventually you meet with the familiar chain fence, indicating the school campus borders, barricading you from the forest just beyond it. You ring Crowe's number one last time. I better not hear his phone. They rang a few more rings. We're cutting off. You checked your phone thinking, yo, why am I, I'm all nervous, yo. I'm anxious, I'm antsy. You checked your phone, thinking that he somehow finally picked up. It was met with a disappointing notification that was out of service. You try one last time. Okay, I'm like, I can't hear it. So I think, can y'all hear that? Yeah, I hope y'all can. It's faint ringing in the distance. That should alarm you, but it's not within the gardens. It's coming from outside. Did he get himself lost? But how? As far as I know, this place is all boarded up. Putting your phone in your pockets, you look up and stare at the metal edges of the fence, shielding your eyes from the sunlight hitting your face. You bit your lip. You could climb up, and if you fall, you probably have a sprain if you're not careful enough. Without wasting any more time, you start climbing the chain fence, your fingers shaking from anxiety at the imposing height upon reaching the edge. I got anxiety right now. Go to the other side, you slowly make your way down, still keeping a tight hold on the fence. Whoa, fuck. That is. Until you somehow manage to slip on your footing, causing you to fall down, back first. A groan escapes your lips. Your back now aching from the sudden impact of the fall, making you lie there and wait for the pain to subside a little. You pat down your pockets, reaching for your... they're really falling their side. You feel your heart drop to your stomach as you behold it. Oh no. My phone. Fuck. I'm such a moron. You curse, seeing the visible crack on the screen of your mobile device. Turning it on, you vomit another string of colorful curses as your phone screen glitched heavily before eventually turning dark. Oh, this is the worst case scenario because if something bad happened, this shit is useless now. Shoving your broken phone back in your pocket, you slowly got up to your feet. You looked around. If Crowe was somewhere here, then you better start looking around. Hopefully you can try to remember your way back to the campus grounds. Your heartbeat accelerates as you walk deeper into the forest. You've never been here. It was uncharted territory, so you know what dangers lurked. You scan the area around you, the thicket seemingly getting thicker and harder to maneuver. You see nothing out of the ordinary, save for some overgrown bushes and vines crawling on the dirt floor. These don't get tended to, someone will surely trip. You're about to give up your search when you notice something in the corner of your eye. The familiar shade of Crowe's indigo vest, torn to pieces. You feel your heart drop. The air suddenly feels suffocating. Your legs wobble their way to the torn piece, hoping that was some sort of hallucination or some kind of sick coincidence. But no, this is exactly Crowe's vest. All torn and broken. You search around the area one last time, eyes skinnier than before, hoping that this might have been some kind of prank someone pulled on you. Your eyes land on a strange and broken down shed. Clenching the torn fabric close to your chest, you hastily make your way to the shed. Thoughts of Crowe invades your mind as you ignore all the warnings waving to your face. The moment you came face to face with the shed, your nose picked up on something bad. The smell of iron. The smell of blood. You allow the wooden door open. It won't budge. Fuck. Open up, motherfucker. You look around for something to pry the door open. An axe. Coincidentally, a lone axe. It happened to axe didn't have blood on the barrel. A lone axe was sticking on a tree stump. Gathering your strength, you pried it off its hinges, nearly knocking yourself down with it. Dragging the heavy axe to the front door, you swing it open, breaking the wooden door piece by piece until a hole forms into it. The smell is now stronger than there was ever before, making you scrunch up your nose. As one last blow, the door falls, an entire piece of wood now hanging by its hinges as you enter the room. You feel your soul leave your body. The strength from your legs disappears as you drop to your knees, a pool of blood staining your skin. The iron-smelling liquid's thick texture made you feel pure disgust as a shiver ran down your spine. Oh. Oh. No. No, 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 no. Please. Please. God, this couldn't be happening. You want to rip your heart out of your chest. You want to burn this whole force to ash. Oh, his hair. Too. Oh. Oh. That's gross. His eyes. Oh. Yeah, bro. Like, see, soul. Like, see, yeah. I was gonna split the love earlier, but yeah. Nah, bro. Before you lay Crowe's corpse, his head is barely attached to his shoulders, and you can clearly see the gaping injury left by something sharp on his neck. Blood drips from a deep cut, the red liquid pooling around his lifeless body. His eyes were left open, and you gaze at them, wishing, praying, and hoping that as vibrant as your orbs would smile at you again. But no, his eyes remained dull, soulless. You mutter his name over and over, asking him to get up, to talk to tell you what happened. But he didn't. You hear footsteps behind you, accompanied by the clanking of metal before something drops to the ground. You swiftly turn around, meeting the eyes of someone you never expected to be here. You disgust me. Utterly disgusting. A pair of fiery red orbs grow wide like saucers as their owner beholds your slumped, blood-stained figure. His gaze reveals a mix of surprise, dread, and panic. Theo. No, you shouldn't be here. You need to leave. His pleas fell on deaf ears. Instead, you stare at the bloody hand axe that he dropped, his equally bloody hands and his dark shirt wet with red liquid. He reeks of blood. He killed him. He killed Crowe. You killed him, didn't you, Soul? Soul bit his tongue, refusing to answer your question as he stays put. You can see the way his jaw clenches, his expression now filled with rage. He was going to take you away from me. I've only done something I wish I should have done years ago. So you're not even going to deny it. I would never lie to you, Theo. But why? Why'd you do this? Because I love you, Theo. Not letting that bastard take you away from me. You're mine, and mine alone. You were taken back by his declaration of love towards you. It left a disgusting taste in your mouth. How dare he taint the word love? How dare he throw it around like it's an object? You monster. What? You lunge at him, aiming for his neck and pushing him down on the third ground. Claws out your hands, not expecting your sudden strength as you unbuckle his choker. Yeah, hell yeah. Pulling on the strap and using the choke and kill that boy. You mean nothing to me. I don't even know you. You loved me. I loved him. Kill that boy. He was everything to me. He was my savior, my first love, my everything. What do you know about me? You must pay for what you've done. Soul couldn't muster a single word as you kept pulling on the strap around his neck. The vision fills with dread as your desire to take revenge overwhelms you. The strength in his hands weakens as Soul loses air. Kill that boy! Kill that boy! Kill him! Kill him! Who stabbed me? Soon you felt something sharp, something painful. Look down. Ah, the noise, the heartbeat. Ah, it's gross. Expecting to see your successful revenge through your classmate's soulless face. The light remains in his eyes. Instead, instilled of horror, you cough. Blood seeps through your lips. You look down further and see. Oh, fuck! Oh, I want to look at that. Ew! Ew! The sharp blade. Ah! Ah! Okay. Oh. The object swiftly disappears after. Ah! What? Ah! Oh my god. This is gross. Oh, I know he's 18 plus in blood, but oh my goodness. A pair of hands moves your body. You can care less as you stare at the dusty ceiling of the worn out shed, your vision slowly darkening. And from the corner of your eye, you can make out the blurry figure of the man you've come to befriend the day before. A few droplets of something wet splatters on your cheek. He's crying. With you. Stay. No. No, please. Stay. E. Another figure enters your fading vision. The soul takes notice of them. You recognize the blade in their grasp as you wipe it clean of your blood. Your killer. The soul gets into an argument with the guy. It's Hugo! It's Hugo! His muffled screams reprimanding them. You can barely hear the person's response as they calmly speak of soul. Keeping your eyes open is getting tiring. Breathing is getting tiring. With one last breath, you flutter your eyes closed. The last thing you hear are these exact words. No witnesses. Oh, that end. No witnesses. Nah, bro. Soul and Hugo, you're done, bro. You're absolutely done. Oh, hell no. Alright. That was gross, bro. See, like, I knew, like, I came into this because I already played it, and I knew that Soul was bad. The only thing I remember was him drugging us. I knew he was bad, but damn, bro, yeah, I really don't like him, bro. And then, of course, Hugo's on over here, no witnesses. See, like, I don't know if I could ever side. I don't know if I could ever. I don't know. I would never side with someone like that, no matter how close they are to me. Like, to kill two innocent people like that, and then still side with him, like, that's crazy, bro. So yeah, I don't. Hugo's. Fuck Hugo too, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go with them this time. Let's see what happens when we go with them. Brittany hummed the sound of content before turning her heel and heading towards the classroom's exit. The three other friends following behind her. And I'm sorry if I'm getting a little annoying there. But if you guys recall the first episode, I was kind of tweaking out over a little cut. Blood's not my best thing to work with, so her three other friends following behind her. Crowe looks back at you by the door, waiting for you. Catching up, you raise your head to muse as her orbs once again. There you go. This is how my Crowe should look, okay? How dare you defile my sweet beloved boy? How dare you, bro? Bro, see, like, I always say this, bro. When full game comes out, there better be the option where I just kill him. I just kill Soul, bro. I just kill him, bro. Your heartbeat quickens within your ribcage in response. Let them get a taste of their medicine for once, bro. You two, stop ogling at each other and hurry up. Brittany's exclamation made the both of you jump. You merely looked down, using your hair as a curtain to hide your reddened face. Crowe just rubbed the back of his neck. You two eventually followed behind Brittany and the rest of the group towards the cafeteria. The cafeteria is loud and crowded. The tables are filled with students while the rest are lined up by the counter grabbing their lunches. A groan escaped Brittany's lips as she looks around for any sign of a vacant table you all could share. What a fucking great time to not bring lunch, huh? Excuse me. Next time, I'm preparing my lunch the night before. I wonder why it's so crowded today. No lunch menu, perhaps? It seems like it. I'll be left with nothing else if we keep standing around here and loiter. Hey, June. Daryl. Oh, yes. Was it your Royal Majesty? Daryl cooed with a teasing tone. Brittany rolled her eyes at his silly gesture. Did you two look for a vacant spot while the rest of us all line up? It saves us time that way. Yeah, sure, Britt. Let's go, Gio. Wrapping her arm around Gio's shoulder. So cute. So cute. While ignoring his obvious irritation from the said nail, the two walked away in hopes of looking for an unoccupied table. Brittany then turns to you. Oh, right, Theo. I'm not sure if you have packed anything like those two did, but if you want to line up with us or go help them find a table, make a choice. Decide that you. Okay, so if I pick my own lunch, then I'll go with to spend time with Gio and Daryl. And honestly, bro, I'm interested in Gio, bro. I want to know him because, you know, Gio is apparently dangerous, okay? He's dangerous. He's backed by a dangerous family. He got insane archery skills. He probably knows how to use a katana. He's probably trained like that. So, bro, if I ever need someone to get my get back, bro, I'm going to Gio. So we're gonna go snag snag a slot for Gio. I have my own lunch. Oh, that's good. Well, you go join those two goons and wait for us, alright? Brittany gives you a nod and waves you off, turning on her heel. Oh, sorry. She quickly makes her way to the line, with Jess falling behind her. Let me get you anything, Theo. No, it's fine. You don't get anything for yourself if you keep idling by. Both shoulders shook at your statement, laying out a soft and hearty chuckle as a smile made its way on your handsome features. He turns around, giving you a wave, then follows behind the two girls, hoping to make it to the line with them. As for you, you made your way to where Gio and Daryl were. It seems that they have managed to find a vacant spot, since you saw them currently seated in a round table, merely cleaning up after the group of students who previously occupied the space. Once seated, two boys took out what seemed to be their individual packed lunches. Aww, did Gio make a lunch for Daryl? Aw. Before Gio's is a very intricate bento box. The contents inside look as expensive looking as this container, whereas Daryl only has 3 sandwiches he took out from his paper bag. Your food always looks so good, Gio, but they taste just as good too. Mind if I take? No. Gio said with a flat tone, slapping a jock's hand away from his bento box. Daryl pouted, rubbing his hand before returning with his own sandwich. As you sat down across the two boys, Gio kept his eyes on you for quite a while, his gaze unwavering as he chewed on his lunch. Oh, he's got a nose ring too. I never saw that. It's so like, it looks like just like the nose shadow, a little stylization. What's up with this guy sizing you up? Exactly, he's been glaring at me all the time. You and Gio stared at each other for a good and uncomfortable minute. Just as you were about to open your mouth, you asked what this guy's deal is, and asked what this guy's deal is. Daryl's eyes went wide as he finally took notice of your presence in the table. Oh, right. Theo, correct? What did you bring for lunch? I mean, if you don't mind sharing, that is. Sharing what food I have or sharing the food itself? Why not both? As long as you're willing to share. Unlike this guy over here. Gio only rolled his eyes and the jock nudged his shoulder. Don't bother with Daryl. He'll take your food even if you don't give him any. Hey now, I'm not that cruel. Did that to Brittany's lunch that he took yesterday. Jess was kind enough to give her lunch to compensate. I was hungry. My fault coach had to make us do 3 laps around the field. While the two bicker on like children, you might have a small chuckle, eating the sandwich you took out from your own container. Maybe these guys aren't as bad as you thought they might be. Then at the corner of your eye, you notice Brittany's familiar wavy blonde hair making her way to your table. In tow is none other than Jess and Crowe, each with their own trays of food. Move your ass aside, Daryl. I'm sing. Uh-oh. A loud gasp escaped Brittany's lips. I'm still speaking her voice, my bad. Her mouth wide open in shock. The food on her tray is now splattered across her white uniform. Brittany. Oop. I'm sorry about that. You should have watched where you're going. Oh hell no! Oh, hell no! I'm not gonna do my girl Brittany like that. Oh hell no! Okay, sweetheart. Multiple footsteps came near. A trio of girls showed themselves before you. The tallest of the bunch, the red-haired one, placed a hand over her heart, and it is and lets out a mocking gasp at the mess. Brittany's eyes met with the red-haired bully. Judging from the way Brittany's face twisted with rage, they seemed to know each other. Cheerleaders, she had bad juju. She had mean people on the cheerleading squad. Huh? They probably did something unforgivable at that party, and that's why she quit. And that's why her hatred just for the higher ups just boils. Brittany, throw some hands, bro. I'm right here. Britt, are you alright? But we should get yourself clean. You fucking bitch. This is my only clean uniform. I'll fucking dare you. Don't get Miss Claire all flared up. Careful there, sweetie. You might get wrinkles. It's not like you're. It's not like you're ugly. It's not like you're not ugly already. That was a hard sentence to me. The mean girl coos at Brittany. Her two friends behind her laughs, along with her antics. You got a bad feeling about this. The entire cafeteria breaks in a few murmurs. Oh yeah, we had 0-0 still. Now we're 0-1. We chose anything. I think that gives anything. Let's go to the roof. Their attention now fixated on the group of girls. Some stopped eating while some took out their phones, ready to film whatever happens next. Crowe tried to come in between them and stop the fight, but he wasn't fast enough. Splat. Woo fight! Next thing we know, another loud gasp was heard. There we go, Brittany. Oh yeah, oh yeah. A wide smile etched itself on Brittany's face. Mean Girls fight uniforms now spewed with varieties of wet sauces and oils, matching Brittany's own dirty uniform. That's what I'm talking about. Jess's face filled with shock. The food from her tray is now gone. Take that shit stain. You fucking bitch! Boo, bye! Exactly, Daryl. The moment Daryl howled those words, the cafeteria went into a hectic frenzy. Food and drinks started flying across the area as each student started tossing whatever they get their hands on. Are those trays? Damn! Hit me? Dude. Everyone stopped this madness at once. A sudden wave of pain made its way to your head. The last thing you saw was Crowe calling out your name before passing out. Yo, I'm sorry, bro, but we're made of freaking glass, bro. We're made of glass, bro. You know, it must suck to be YN, because if you think about it, YN has no particular features. Like, no, like, how can I say this? Like, good features. Like, no, like, prominent features. I can say that. Like, they have no prominent areas. Like, they're just painfully average, bro. We can't do anything, bro. We can't do anything. We just got knocked out by a metal tray, bro. Come on. Where am I? Oh, you're awake. Thank goodness. Like, see, like, if I was maybe stronger, bro, or like I could have, or I was smarter, bro, like I could have, like you smell iron, bro, and you see the axe. Like, how weak are we? How weak are we that we cannot carry an axe? Like, an axe is like 10 pounds, bro, at most. Not even, probably like 5, bro, because of the metal. Like if we were stronger, we can. I just like, it's sort of like I yearn, bro. I yearn for a game where the main character or we aren't painfully average and stupid and dense. I want like a really good psychological, like, yandere visual novel where we actually have, like, we can actually stand our ground. We can actually think. Like, we can actually, like, I'm yapping off, but maybe one day, maybe one day I'll do it. Who knows? Who knows what time beholds us? Maybe one day I'll do it. Who knows? We just gotta be patient. Crow, you tried to sit him. The sudden shot of pain your head went through your head stopped you. You reached out to touch where the ache was coming from, but Crow stopped you by holding onto your wrist. Careful now. The nurse already bandaged your head. Don't push yourself. Crow gently pushed you back down the medical bed. Okay. He takes a lone stool and takes a seat right next to you. Oh, what happened? Well, after Joe started that mess with a food fight, the principal was called in to stop it. Joe got lucky enough to escape when he did. Jill was nowhere to be seen. As for Brittany, what about her? Joe just helped her grab a new uniform from the principal's office. Why does my head hurt so much? As someone threw a trade, and you were unfortunate enough to get hit by it. Yeah, I know. You know, like Ryan's always got like the most like unfathomable, unfortunate luck ever. Like we're just so we're like the like we're like the stepping stone of everyone. Like we're just trash. We live life on hard mode. And thankfully, I got you out of there before things got ugly. Thanks, Crowe. I owe you one. I'm always there for you, Theo. Never forget that. Anyway, it's around the corner to quarter to 1 in the afternoon right now. I should probably head to my next class. You should stay here until the nurse gets back. You'll be alright alone here, right? Don't leave me. Don't leave me. You want to say no, but stop yourself before you could. Yes, you can go ahead. You sure? Yes, I'll be fine, Crowe. You've done enough for me today. He gave him a small smile, but he did not return it. Crowe squeezes your hand, quite hesitant to let you go. Like Nate said, like, let you go, like. Eventually, you loosen his grip. It's Reborn Tour. I bought my tickets, bro. I bought VIP tickets for Chicago. I wanna go see him in Detroit too, but that's the day after. I don't know where it's even at. He stands up from his chair and walks towards the exit. But before he could leave, he turned around and gave you one last smile, eventually closing the door and going out of the infirmary. You groaned and lay back down in the bed, feeling the bandage on your head. At least the pain is slowly dying a bit. I hope you didn't leave a mark on my head. I guess you came face to face with the edges of one of the metallic trays. Since when did trays hurt that much? Exactly. Then again, there were athletes in the area. Daryl being one of the. I mean, you know what? You know, I was, you know, giving, like, I was doubting us, you know, I was being hard on us, but if it's like the trade I'm thinking about, like, I know it was metal, but I'm thinking about like the flabby aluminum. Like, if it was like a thicker, like a little heavy, and they grabbed like the corner of it, and like a baseball player like threw that down from over their head, yes, bro, that could definitely knock someone out. Now that I'm thinking about that, damn. Damn. Or like tossed like a frisbee, yes. Nurse's voice grew louder. Through the room as the clicking of her heels got louder as he drew closer. That's not the nurse! That's not the nurse! Get that man away from me! The school nurse entered and followed her was a tall student dressed in black. Oh, did he get bullied? No, he didn't get bullied yet. Seems to be holding on. He got his hand stabbed. So he did get bullied, but he gets his hand stabbed instead. You can see the red streak of blood overflowing. That looks bad. He sure has it worse than me. I wonder what happened. You should be thankful you didn't cut vein. How were they able to get that pass with the pocket knife in the first place? On her side, it seemed like she got her hands full with another student. The latter, however, didn't say anything as he let out a small hiss when the nurse dabbed some disinfectant in his wound. He sat slowly, careful not to hit your head on anything else before stealing a glance at the student and the nurse. Your eyes meet with reddish orange ones. Don't you dare blush. Your heart races as you feel your heartbeat quicken. What an unusual color. It reminded me of the setting sun. Nurse finished. There's this amber, you know what they remind me of? You see, I see amber, okay? When I think of amber on a man like this, I think of ancient, unfathomable evil preserved for thousands of years, now in the form of a human. This is pure hatred in a vessel. Wow, that was poetic as fuck. Nurse finishes up wrapping around his wound, a blotch of red slowly seeping out and seeing the once white bandage. However, his gaze is still fixated on you. Nurse follows his line of sight and finally takes notice of your conscious figure. Mixed Fool? Who the fuck is Mixed Fool? I'm Mr. Fool. You're finally awake, Mr. Fool. She approached you with a bottle of painkillers. She took from one of the transparent cabinets on the walls before handing a pill to you. How are you feeling, dear? Does your head still hurt? It's slowly dissipating, ma'am. Thank you. They hand you the pill and you take it down your throat. Dry? You're crazy. Wait. Bro, taking pills dry is crazy work. You're free to stay here for a little while longer, Mr. Full, but you need to return to your classes as soon as you're feeling better. You gave the nurse a nod. Dean returned hums in approval before going back to the taller male in black. As for you, Mr. Brugmansia, if your brain gets dirty throughout the day, don't hesitate to come back here and I'll reply it with a new role. Taller male hummed. Brother, you need to like stitch that, or seal it up in some way, bro. Like that's a knife through the palm, bro. His way towards the door, exit door before pausing. I'll return to my class now. Thanks for patching me up, nurse. Nurse. The Austin gives you one last look with his fiery red eyes before making fiery, evil. Before making his exit with a click of the door. Nurse lets outside, rubbing her temples, feeling a headache surfacing. I swear that child comes here every other day. Him? You're not classmates with Mr. Brugmansia. Odd. I thought you might know if you from the way he was looking at you. No, I haven't seen him around. More like you never bothered to look who was around you since no one even bothered to flare a glance at you. Well, either way, don't get into much trouble like him, alright? That raises the question in your head. It's how bad were the guy's injuries that he has to come into the nurse's office almost every other day. Kind of explains why she's been sighing hard ever since she brought the tall mail into her office. The injury is bad as near stab wound on the palm. It can only take a wild guess. As much as you're curious to know what transpired, you're nearly late for your next class. Eyeing the clock on top of the doorframe, you got out of the medical bay and thanked the nurse and made your way out of her office. So I was low-key gonna I was gonna do 3 recordings for this episode, but I think I want to split this up into at least 3 or 4 for the demo because everything's pretty long. I think I already have like 2+ hours of recording, so I don't want everything to just be smushed into one, you know. So I want to space it out a bit. But yeah, I can't believe that happened to Crowe. That was crazy. You know, I came into this already knowing Soul was like a piece of crap, and all my suspicions have just been proven to be right. So I was planning on splitting the love between Soul and Crowe, just to give Soul just a little bit, but it's not. After what he did to my boy Crowe, I just don't think that's possible. It's not possible actually. So as Soul, basically, next episode we will unfortunately dig deeper into his routes, but I just want to give. There I go, messing up the mic, but I just want to give you guys all everything, all the details. So when we hop into the full game, we know everything. But I just want to thank you guys for watching to the end as always. Please, pretty please, the cherry on top. Let me know if my game audio is too loud, too quiet throughout this episode. If you watch to the end, like I said at the start, I'm in the dark here, so I need your guys' help. I need your guys' help so I can fix my quality and make it more enjoyable for you guys. But if it's too loud, too quiet, just let me know and I'll try my best to fix it. But thank you again for watching to the end. As always, there's no rush. I'm going to be recording this next episode very quick and getting out. I'm gonna try to get at least 4 episodes out or 4 videos out this week. I'm gonna lock in now that I'm not working. So yeah, I love you guys and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye. Mwah.